Good evening, Hornet Nation. My name is Arwen Pokorny-Lip, and as principal of Hinsdale South High School, it is my pleasure to welcome you to our first and likely only virtual commencement ceremony. We wish we were together in person on a sunny, beautiful evening in our stadium. To be honest, I'd be happy to be together in person on a cold, rainy evening in our gym. But that is not our story. And maybe for tonight, the story doesn't matter. What matters is what always matters on graduation, whether we're celebrating outside, inside, or virtually from our own homes. What matters is how excited and honored we are to celebrate the class of 2020 this evening. To our seniors, this is our night to celebrate you, as you symbolically conclude your childhood by hearing your name read, holding your diploma, and virtually stepping into adulthood where you will begin to define your own path. To our families and friends of our graduates, your participation in this evening's virtual ceremony is a milestone in your life as well. These are your children, grandchildren, friends, cousins, nieces, nephews, and friends. So please make sure you give yourself a moment to reflect on how much tonight means to you and your loved ones. I'd also like to pause to give us a moment to feel the grief we all feel from watching from our own homes versus being together in real life. Hopefully, we will have a chance to gather as a community sometime later this summer. And now, it is time to put that grief and sadness aside. It is time to celebrate. At this time, I invite Tala Malo, our Master of Ceremonies, to the stage to begin our celebration of the class of 2020.
Good evening. My name is Tala Malo, and I am your Master of Ceremonies for tonight's commencement celebration. If you are able, I invite you to please stand, as I know you're at home and I can't see you, but I invite you to please stand for the singing and signing of our national anthem by the Hinsdale South High School Madrigals Choir.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free?
Thank you. Please be seated. On behalf of the class of 2020 and the administration and staff, I welcome you to this evening's commencement celebration. Please join me in thanking the Hinsdale South Wind Symphony under the direction of Mr. Kirk Hickman for its musical contribution throughout tonight's ceremony. I would now like to take a few moments to thank our District 86 Board of Education for their service to our community. Kevin Camden, President. Keith Cheval, Vice President. Kathleen Hurstman, Secretary. Cynthia Hansen. Eric Held. Nancy Pollock, and Marty Turek. I'd also like to thank Ms. Tammy Prentice, who serves as the Superintendent of Schools for Hinsdale Township High School, District 86, and the Board of Education President, Kevin Camden, for being with us this evening. I'd also like to thank our Hinsdale South High School administrative team, Ms. Arwen Pokorny-Lip, Principal, Mr. Eric Martzoff, Assistant Principal for Curriculum, and Dr. Carrie Pronto, Assistant Principal for Operations. To all of you, please accept our appreciation for providing Hinsdale South students with an outstanding, high-quality education. Class of 2020, a class of absolute winners. When the stay-at-home order was announced, I think we all lost the hope that this quarantine was a minor setback that wouldn't affect us significantly. I can't help but remember walking the halls with you, humming the graduation anthem, and discussing hypotheticals of this day. Crazy how we never hypothesized a global pandemic interfering. Regardless, I am incredibly blessed to be here today in front of all of you, virtually. Up until a couple days before school got canceled, we were discussing prom ticket sales and graduation planning. That all managed to completely change in a matter of days. To the class officers, I know the years we spent planning prom fell short. I, for one, could not wait to go taste testing on March 27th. To the badminton team, I felt your contagious enthusiasm when you all began training for your last season together, and I know how upsetting it must be for all athletes to cross the finish line in this way. To the entire senior class, I too long to see us all walk across the stage today in our caps and gowns. If there's anything we have learned this year, it is that life is not always going to go as planned. But this class has always been special, so we were able to combat the detours our end of the year path took. We managed to beat unspeakable odds and end up here, today. And that is a true accomplishment. At least for me, little of what I planned my freshman year came true, and yet I could not be more content with the results. High school has taught me more than ever that we can't anticipate everything in life, and that's okay. If you're off track of your plans for a while, that is okay. Life is not always going to work out the way we want it to, but when life gives you lemons, plan a virtual graduation. Hinsdale South gifts its students with the best friendships, the most bountiful of laughs, and the best wings you will ever find in a high school cafeteria. We weren't able to celebrate together at the Bridgeport Skyline Loft. Athletes were not given their senior day together, and we are not all basking in each other's compliments right now. But there are still so many irreplaceable memories that took place within our very own halls. We all saw the basketball team make history this past season. So here's to you. Dr. Bonner tripped going up the stairs. So here's to you, Mr. Bonner. And let's not forget Tommy Matulis's unimaginable haircuts only getting better with each successive year before sectionals. Although this is not the ending to our high school career we anticipated, our class and our class only got the unique opportunity to truly learn what it means to work with what we are given with during deeply unprecedented times. I have seen immense strength and passionate South pride emerge from the students and staff during this pandemic. We were cheering each other on from our phone screens as the Hinsdale South Twitter page announced our plans for next year. Some of us are fearful that our first semester of college will be online, but from these experiences, I know every single one of you are more than well equipped to conquer all of your dreams, regardless of the circumstances. And just know, if life ever does take you off track, the class of 2020 always has your back. I would like to thank all the teachers, students, and all other faculty members who made the class of 2020 experience one of the greatest. I would also like to thank all the healthcare workers on the front lines, the essential workers risking their lives every day, and all other unspoken heroes. As we gather here today, be proud. You've truly made it, class of 2020. Thank you for an amazing past 4 years, and I wish nothing but the best for all of your future endeavors.
At this time, we would like to pause to recognize 2 members of the class of 2020 who, upon graduation, will enter the military and serve their country with honor and dignity. Students, as your name is read, please take a moment to really honor your own self-sacrifice. We are so proud of you. Elijah Banks, United States Military Academy at West Point. Jalen Williams, enlisted military. Thank you again for your selfless commitment to serving our country. It is now my honor to recognize those students who have earned the distinction of summa cum laude by being among the top 2% of students in their class after 7 semesters of academic work. These students have received an academic medallion that I encourage them to take a moment to hold close to their hearts to thank yourselves for your hard work you have accomplished to earn this. Sierra Carter. Caitlin Herka. Joshua Lewis. Benjamin Metzger. Habib Rahman. Spencer Stock. And Kyle Csip. Congratulations, students. The next speaker in this evening's ceremony was nominated by the class of 2020. In their nominations, students wrote the following about this faculty member. He is a very funny and supportive guy who has helped out most of the senior class throughout their high school career, whether during World Studies Honors or AP US History. He has helped all of us so much. He is one of the teachers who has left a real impact on me. And with every student he meets, he always manages to make them laugh or leave a really good impression at the end of the year as a teacher. And finally, he has touched almost our entire class, and he is very respectable. He has a lot of wisdom, and a last lesson from him would mean a lot to the most amount of people. Please welcome the class of 2020 faculty speaker, social studies teacher, Mr. Michael Moretti.
Thank you, Ms. McCorney. As a historian, I'm always amazed at the human capacity to remain positive and focused in the midst of a crisis. And that is exactly what we find ourselves with Hinsdale South Senior Class of 2020. We are here to celebrate you in the midst of a crisis. And it is right and fitting that we do this, to celebrate despite the bad hand that history has dealt us. It makes me think of an exchange that happened over 70 years ago, while World War II was raging. Our president, Franklin Roosevelt, told the Prime Minister of Britain, Winston Churchill, It's fun to be in the same decade as you. It seems strange at first. Wasn't the world at war? How could it be fun? But Roosevelt's statement hints at something I believe applies to our situation here today. You see, despite the difficult times those two leaders were facing, he still felt it necessary to acknowledge the friendship bond that they had formed. He needed to celebrate what was good, what he and his friend had accomplished together. And so we are here, senior class of 2020. In the midst of a world crisis, we celebrate what is good. We celebrate the bonds that were formed over a 4-year period. And we celebrate all the accomplishments and triumphs those 4 years have produced. It is important that you realize that the current circumstances do not diminish what you have done to reach this milestone. As for myself, I've been celebrating your accomplishments for years. As freshmen, I celebrated your growth as you learned to write and think about history you'd never seen before. I watched you struggle with my infamous painting assignment as you asked yourselves, what does painting have to do with history anyway? Many of those paintings are now hanging on the wall in my classroom. As juniors, I marveled at how hard you worked while carrying several AP classes or while budgeting your time to handle part-time jobs, family obligations, and extracurricular activities. Indeed, for you, I wrote one of the highest numbers of letters of recommendation that I have ever had. If I didn't teach you, I may have coached you. I celebrated as you caught the ball behind the defense your freshman year to score your first touchdown ever. I celebrated as you worked your way into the starting varsity lineup to play on a Hornet basketball team that broke the school record for victories. And even if I didn't teach or coach you directly, I celebrated your cheer, pom, or step team performances. I celebrated your musical talents, your acting prowess, and I absolutely celebrated your diversity, creativity, and leadership. I've been celebrating you now for 4 years, class of 2020. Sometimes it was quietly in my Moretti does not show emotion way, but I celebrate you openly now. No matter what difficult circumstances we may currently find ourselves in, your accomplishments are not to be diminished. And may I just say, Senior Hornets, that I'm glad to have lived in the same decade as you.
Mr. Moretti, the class of 2020 would like to thank you for your inspiring words tonight. It is now my pleasure to introduce the next student speaker in tonight's ceremony. This student has had an outstanding education and career at Hinsdale South, and I'm sure he will continue to excel when he matriculates to the honors program at the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign to study bioengineering. He serves as an oralist on math team, he's president of mock trial, co-captain of the chess team, and a key member in our theater and music programs. And he entertained all of us as Mendel, the rabbi's son, in Fiddler on the Roof this fall. In the words of his counselor, Miss Ellen Jacobson, when I think of Habib, the first word that comes to mind is humble. He is so smart and capable, but the last person to tell you about his own accomplishments. He's the first to help others, he's respectful in all of his interactions with peers and faculty, and he's someone you genuinely like to be around. Hornet Nation, please welcome your homecoming king and honors orator, Habib Rahman.
Dear fellow graduates and friends, dear Hinsdale South teachers and staff, dear Hinsdale South friends and family members, I don't think I need to tell you how difficult these past few months have been, how the last weeks of our high school careers have been radically transformed into months of struggle, hardship, sadness, fear, but also community, hope, and resilience in a manner that none of us could have ever imagined. At a time when we hope to be reflecting on innocent and perhaps not so innocent high school memories we've made, attending graduation parties and saying goodbye before we leave high school, instead we find ourselves confined to our homes, unable to end our senior year with the sports and activities we love to participate in, unable to attend those graduation parties, and unable to see those friends we may leave behind. Instead of being a time of great joy as we anticipate our future plans with apprehension, we worry about the health of those we love. However, it is during these times that we are compelled to look back on what we've accomplished. Just because the final months of our high school careers may not have been exactly what we expected doesn't change the journey that brought us here. The state finals may have been canceled for basketball, but that doesn't change the amazing success that our team had this past season. The band concert being canceled does not change the amazing musical talent and passion in our band program. The ethnic fair assembly being canceled doesn't change our respect for diversity or our ability to enjoy other cultures. We are still musicians, actors, volunteers, leaders, athletes, and yes, even mathletes. Go math team. We still have the memories we made during high school. No pandemic can take those from us. Because who could forget the inspiring messages from Black History Month last February? Or when Mr. Martzoff wore a giant beard during the Fiddler on the Roof musical in the fall? Who could forget instantly tensing up every time we heard the word referendum last year? Or when they let us wear hats? Or when the boys' swimming team ran through the halls in just their Speedos? Or during Halloween, freshman year, when we were specifically not allowed to wear clown costumes to school? These memories, the good, the bad, the funny, the awkward, the thrilling, and the scary, all of them are still there. We can look back on our years at Hinsdale South and laugh, cry, and cringe as much as we want to. But graduation isn't just about looking back. It's also about looking forward. Even if recent events shook up our plans a little bit, we are still going to accomplish great things. We are going to become pillars of the community, people of conscience, who change society by writing, healing, building, studying, painting, and so much more. If this pandemic has taught us anything, it's that there's a lot of work to do out there. There will always be new challenges in the world. There will always be another crisis or problem to deal with. So let us end with a call to action. No matter what our plans look like, we can all do our part. Whether we go to college or not, whether we become hot dog sellers, Twitch streamers, or underwater basket weavers, we can all do something for those around us. We can help others, and we can improve our community. So maybe you're coming up with a cure to a disease. Maybe you're fighting for the rights of others. Or maybe you're just putting a smile on someone's face. Whatever it is, big or small, glamorous or discreet, all of us can and must put some good into this world.
Thank you, Habib, for serving as our honors orator. Seniors, I love you. It's that simple. In these unimaginable times, that's what I want to leave you with. When I say, I love you, I say that as the spokesperson for the entire Hinsdale South community. You have been loved throughout your high school experience. Your parents love you, and we're fortunate enough to have the resources to send you to this amazingly academically rigorous and resource-rich high school. Your teachers, counselors, deans, administrators, they all love you by demonstrating this, by creating structures that foster your success. Your teachers love you like nothing you've ever imagined. Teachers need to be in classrooms, not at home and not on Zoom calls. Their grief in not saying goodbye to you is real. But even more importantly, your peers love you and you love them. The bonds with your friends are unbreakable. I graduated from high school 26 years ago, And when this crisis started, so did a group text with my 3 besties from Conant High School. We reached out, connected, and have held each other up over these last 2 months. You've been doing this for each other now, and these bonds will continue for life. It certainly matters that we are not together tonight. The pain and loss is so real, it's palpable. But our bonds as a school community transcend this loss, and the beauty and strength of our collective South pride is with every one of us tonight. This is not goodbye. And despite the magnitude of a global pandemic, this event does not define your class. It won't be the only thing you remember. It certainly won't be the only thing I remember about your class. Your class, the first of the decade, has broken barriers in our theater program, redefined the meaning of excellence on the basketball court, and helped us create what it means when we say South Pride. Your appreciation and celebration for the diversity of our student body will serve as an inspiration to all future generations of Hornets. You have been loved by your school community, and you have given love to your school community. J.K. Rowling, author of the famed Harry Potter series, wrote, "To have been loved so deeply, even though the person who loved us is gone, will give us protection forever." While your Hinsdale South community isn't going anywhere, you are. You'll be gone. But you have been loved. And that love, that South pride, will be by your side for the rest of your life. You are fully prepared for the next step, and I am so proud of each of you tonight, and I know you will continue to make me and our entire community proud of what you do next. And now, members of the Board of Education, Superintendent Prentice, faculty, parents, family, and friends, it is my honor to present to you the class of 2020 and certify that the students who have received their diplomas have fulfilled the requirements for graduation. I will now invite Superintendent Prentice and Board of Education President Camden to verbally affirm the class.
On behalf of the Board of Education of Hinsdale Township High School District 86, I accept your certification of the class of 2020 and in recognition of their accomplishments, recommend conferring a diploma to those students who have fulfilled the graduation requirements.
I further affirm these students have extended the Hinsdale District 86 tradition of excellence.
In a moment, I will invite our faculty name readers who were selected by the class of 2020 to come forward to call these students to virtually receive their diplomas from their homes. Students, if you are watching with others, please select someone who will hand you your diploma when your name is called. Once you formally accept your diploma, you can do the honor of moving your tassel from the right to the left. In a moment, I will introduce Mr. John Charters, Mr. Paul Fay, Ms. Kristen Lipinski, and Ms. Aisha Truman. But before I do that, I want to share one benefit of being virtual. Usually, at this point in the ceremony, I make a big, firm statement about everyone being quiet so that graduates can hear their name read. There is no need for this. Please be as loud as possible when your name is called, alert your neighbors, and wake up your sleeping pets. This is your moment. Cheer with every ounce of South pride that you have. We do ask that you continue watching until all names of the members of the class of 2020 have been read so that we can virtually connect at the end to throw our hats. And now I introduce Mr. Charters, Mr. Fay, Ms. Lipinski, and Ms. Truman.
Maria Abdel Monem, magna cum laude. Vincent Abastado, cum laude. Peter Abramovich.
Natalia Acuna.
Alicia Adams. Aaron Adams. Leon Al Lababidi. Megan Alioki. Brooke Albert, magna cum laude. Brian Alcantara. Faisal Alim, magna cum laude. Mason Alut. Nevea Alston.
Orion Alston. Esra Alnus. Hoda Alnus. Areli Alvarez. Mutassim Amjad. Deshawn Amy. Anthony Anderson. Tyler Anderson. Elsa Apavu. Rishab Arjun. Jaden Arquinez. Justina Astrakaiti.
Albert Achillo. Jaquan Austin. Alexis Ayala. Vanessa Ayala. Dahlia Banks. Elijah Banks, magna cum laude. Isaiah Barker. Nakia Barker. Joshua Barron. Kyle Berg. Nicholas Baronio, magna cum laude. Patricia Bien.
Grant Blum. Michael Bochenik, cum laude. Yapris Bond. Rakaya Bonds. Jana Book. Alexis Bortman. Isabella Botero. Cole Bazzi. Tyler Bresky. Ruda Briaukis. Monet Brooks Keith. Eve Brossard.
Liliana Browder, magna cum laude. Anthony Brown. Joltiana Brown. Malcolm Brown. Angelina Buccio, cum laude. Chastity Cano. Geraldo Cartagenas. Catherine Carter, magna cum laude. Sierra Carter, summa cum laude. Alexander Carrillo. Jade Carrillo. Jesse Carrillo.
Roy Carrillo. Jasmine Castillo. Kyle Cantanillo. Anushka Chakrabarty. Jasmine Chamberlain. Noah Charters. Lucas Chasson, cum laude. Elena Chavez. Dylan Chen, cum laude. Hirsch Chokshi. Corey Klus. Michael Colant.
Gia Colonna. Rebecca Colucci. Caleb Connard. Emily Corson. Keelan Cranley, magna cum laude. Eric Kuehler. Jasmine Kuehler. Lucas Cunningham. Erica Cyrus. Calvin Zapaco, magna cum laude. Krista Davis. Lily Davis.
Mariah Davis. Michael Davis. Ayana Dean. Julia DeChara. Marilyn Del Valle. Cora Dempsey. Isabella Demevska, magna cum laude. Megan Dooley, cum laude. William Durkin, magna cum laude. Isalime Ebakumi. Messiah Edwards. Jeremy Eglund.
Jessica Eisenshank. Laura Elisawi. Leah Erdman, cum laude. Jessica Arandi. Tristan Escobar. Nor Asili. Caleb Evers. Eliza Fay. Madeline Farago. Mariana Fernandez. Takia Fisher. Juan Flores.
Jacob Fulcher. Liliana Gabu. Elliot Garre, cum laude. Marquise Garrett. Sean Garrity. Mia Garza. Alexa Giannini. Corey Gill. Carrie Glimko, cum laude. Isabel Gonzalez. Kyla Gray.
Sarah Gunderson. Kennedy Hagan, cum laude. Joshua Hargrove. Nivea Harper. Sarah Harris. Ania Hayes. Maximus Hedger. Matthew Headland. Jarrett Hirschenbach. Everett Hopkins. Sarah Hauska. Sydney Huang, cum laude.
Bronson Haltmark, cum laude. Caitlin Herka, summa cum laude. Devin Hurley. Michael Irvin. Griffin Iceberg. Elizabeth Janisek, magna cum laude. Jared Janney. Tyler Janenga. Marina Jason. Matthew Jimenez. Michaela Johnson. Sawyer Jones.
Takia Jones. Tyra Jones. Marco Josefsky. Will Kane. Maria Karimi. Helena Kasipovich, cum laude. Cassidy Keating. Lily Kelly. Donna Khatib. Marshawn Kilpatrick. Nautica Kindred. Iana Kenyon.
Jeremiah Kinsey. Matthew Clems. Shretan Kiich. Livia Knaus. Alyssa Coldress. Aurora Corfus, magna cum laude. Calvin Kostalik. Matthew Kraus. Kevin Kurkowski. Adam Krupa. Daniel Kukutz. James Kurowski, cum laude.
Jacob Kwok. Natalia Kowichin, magna cum laude. Liliana Lamas Cabrera. Malachi Langdon. Ian Lapat, magna cum laude. Layla Larson. Isaiah Lashley, cum laude. Anthony Lee. Aaron Leek. Rebecca Lacey. Jonathan Lemon. Richard Lepic.
Eric Lepisco. Angelique Livingston. Mia Lombardo. Joshua Lewis, summa cum laude. Tony Liu, cum laude. Colin Leister. Cynthia Magana. Tala Malo, magna cum laude. Nicholas Mariscal. Christina Martinet, magna cum laude. Aliciana Martinez, magna cum laude. Jocelyn Martinez.
Damian Massey. Amari Massey. Owen Mathis. Thomas Matulis, magna cum laude. Tiffany Matulis. Taquan McCuttery. Tess McBride. Heather McDavid, magna cum laude. Jamil McGee, Logan McGinley, Alexander McGinnis, Elizabeth McQuillan,
Eileen Madrano Lamas, Chu Ming May, magna cum laude, Max Mendoza, Ethan Mercoliza, cum laude, Benjamin Metzger, summa cum laude, Vinny Mahindu, Daniel McHale, Carly Miller, magna cum laude, Emily Miller, Marina Milovanovic, cum laude, Milan Miskovic, Liam Mitchell,
Tanmay Matal, cum laude. Alexandra Momchev, cum laude. Jessica Moore. Jalen Moss. Michael Munson. Samantha Murphy. Sean Murray. Faustus Normantas. Ericas Nakunas.
Caleb Nugretti,
Charlie Nillis. Jamie Lynn Nipperis. Maximilian Noga.
Judith Wonye, Uchechi Obasi, Kendall O'Connor, Sarah O, Jack Oja, Zofia Oles, cum laude, Jorge Olivares, Alyssa O'Neill, Jordan Ortiz, Jose Ortiz, Samantha Passantine, cum laude, Abigail Padilla, cum laude,
Camille Polkaskaite, Kyle Pankratz, Taylor Panico, Frank Petoni, Arju Patel, Penelope Paraki, Matthias Perez, Isabel Perez Becerra, Nathaniel Phelan, Nina Pierce, cum laude, Lucas Patonik, Lauren Polich,
Madison Polich, Nathan Palmy, Christian Quintana, Jacob Rock, Thomas Romanus, Benize Rashid, Habib Rahman, summa cum laude, Brittany Reynoso, Darius Ricks, Joshua Ryrie, Stephanie Rodriguez, Hannah Rogers, magna cum laude,
David Roloff. Alexandria Rosenbach. Nathan Roth, Jalen Ruth, James Ruzika, Zachary Reinkar, Cyrus Savavi, Jocelyn Saldana, Julian Saldivar, Jacob Salvatore, Amber Sanchez, magna cum laude.
Zachary Savickas, Brandon Schwartz, Aaliyah Scott, magna cum laude. Jennifer Serrano Perez, Peyton Sessman, Karin Shaw, cum laude. Kushal Shaw, William Shen, Derek Singleton, Sarah Smid, Ian Smith, cum laude. Jada Smith,
Ingrid Soar, Katrina Silva, Spencer Stock, summa cum laude. Justin Staffseth, Alicia Starks, Brooke Steinhaus, Clarence Stewart, Hannah Straight, cum laude. Jacob Stukas, Eric Suda, Kyle Sissip, summa cum laude. Johan Dabilos, magna cum laude.
Azkia Tareem, Gabriella Talovsky, Costandina Tentillo, magna cum laude. Mika Tarver, cum laude. Aman Tizino, Demetra Thompson, Rajane Threets, Aaron Timms, Andreas Javaras, cum laude. Patrice Chupek, Matthew Ucardi, Layla Usini,
Isabel Villagomez, Angelo Villegas, Michaela Wales, Zainab Wardhawala, Janae Washington, Bobby Waters, Danielle Wayman, magna cum laude. Marquez Wesley, Ariana Williams, Jason Williams, Jalen Williams, Joshua Williams,
Brianna Winters, Lakaria Wolford, Erta Zakharowskis, cum laude. Miranda Zelazny, Catherine Zima,
Hornet Nation, It is my honor to present you Hinsdale South High School's class of 2020 graduates. Graduates, you may now throw your caps. Please tweet pictures now to @HinsdaleSouthHS, and we will flood Twitter with retweets. We'll also compile all tweets into a yearbook spread and create a commemorative plaque that we will have forever in our school. We love you, class of 2020. Good night.